For 5.5 years, the powers that be in Washington have treated the people of this state with contempt. And tonight, I have a simple message for all of them. Those days are numbered.
Yeah, oh, you're gonna get it, Washington powers that be. I feel sorry for whatever jerk has represented Kentucky for these past 30 years. If Mitch McConnell catches sight of that guy in, say, a mirror, it's on.
Stephen Colbert having a little fun with the Mitch McConnell victory this weekend. We are back with the roundtable. And Anna, I want to start with you and read you one of your fellow roundtablers, what he tweeted this week after Tuesday's primary results. Matt Dowd tweeted, "The Oakland A's lost the World Series, but changed the game with Moneyball. Tea Party might have lost some elections, but have changed the GOP." Would you agree with that? Did they change the GOP?
Of course, you know you lose me completely with baseball metaphors. I think it has been a painful growing process. But I think this has been a very good week for the Republican Party because we are bringing candidates out of the primaries that are actually electable. The Democrats are going to have a much tougher time beating folks who are not Todd Akin, who are not Murdoch, who are actually seasoned veteran candidates who can put on very able general campaigns.
Okay, Matt, explain your tweet, the baseball metaphor for, maybe some people.
Well, sure. The metaphor is that basically you can win by losing, and the Oakland A's ended up losing the championship series, but actually ended up winning because most people in baseball adopted it. And I think the Republican Party, because of the Tea Party, the GOP in general, has moved more to the right and has adopted the principles. There's really not much difference anymore between Tea Party people and the establishment people. They've almost become one. I think.
Oh, Matt, tell that to the Tea Party. Listen, this has been
the Tea Party that's sitting in this city in the halls of power.
This has been two very different factions going at each other, and for a very long time, the mainstream Republicans just sat there and took the pummeling. What we saw this week was that they woke up finally. They fought back, and when they fought back, they won. There is no doubt.
Let me say this. I mean, I don't get the celebration. I mean, okay, maybe it's a low bar. No, they're not witches. Wait. So they're not witches and defenders of rape? Okay, so maybe they don't pledge allegiance to all the crazy? Let's look at these candidates. And let's look at 2016. Different electorate, battleground states, all against immigration reform, all denying climate change, all against gay marriage, all against funding things like education and transportation to help jobs. This is not people that are going to win, the middle of the electorate or the emerging parts of the electorate. So I think Matt makes a very good point.
There are incredibly exciting candidates that have come out of the last weeks of primary.
Rick Perry, Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio are not all against immigration reform.
Well, they've run away from their past.
I think what's been most exciting about these last few elections is that I think a lot of lessons were clearly learned. That you have to earn it, that you have to show up, and if you want to win the U.S. Senate, if you want to pick up enough seats to take that majority, which I think is what Republicans are laser focused on this year, you can't just take for granted that you're going to win seats. So in states where the seat is winnable, potentially in, say, Oregon, we've put up a really strong candidate that's going to make for an exciting race come November. In a state like Nebraska, that's kind of a safe Republican seat, you've got an exciting sort of Tea Party candidate who came out, who may well become a rising star within the party in Ben Sasse. So whether it's the Tea Party or the establishment candidates, I think a lot of good has come out of the last few weeks.
Let's go to the House race everyone was watching this week, and it was Pennsylvania's 13th district where Chelsea Clinton's mother-in-law, Marjorie Margolis, ran and lost despite the help from Hillary and Bill Clinton. Hillary Clinton even held a fundraiser on her behalf, Margolis's behalf. What happened there, and what does this tell us?
Well, I think they helped out of, a family obligation. You have to help the mother-in-law. I think that, she represented that district 20 years ago, so a lot's changed. And this was a very strong Democratic candidate, young candidate who won the race. I don't think it says anything about Clinton coattails at all. I just think it was the dynamics in that district.
Matt, I want you very quickly, because we have to move along here, to talk about President Obama tapping Julian Castro to lead the Department of Housing and Urban Development. What does that say for 2016?
Well, first of all, I think I don't understand why Julian Castro would do it. It's like when you go to become a cabinet member in the second half of a second term, usually nothing good happens out of it. I don't think he's going to be benefited by it. And I also don't think if we look at the VA and we want a manager, I don't necessarily think you pick Julian Castro to manage an agency when he doesn't even manage the city of San Antonio.
Okay. He did it because he's at the end of the road in Texas. I mean, I like Julian Castro a lot. Both brothers are terrific. When you go into
a cabinet position, it's not the end of the road. It's over the cliff.
But he's got nowhere to go in Texas. He could go blue in the face, waiting for it to turn blue for him to win statewide.
Anna, I'm just going to have to throw my pen at you at some point. Thanks, all of you, for joining us. Up next, Joint Chiefs Chairman General Martin Dempsey, plus on this Memorial Day weekend, an emotional reunion of one incredible band of brothers in our Sunday Spotlight.